Hi everyone, and welcome to another Science with Mrs Scullion video. Today we are making bath bombs. Today you will need approximately 200 grams of citric acid, preferably food grade. Approximately 200 grams of sodium bicarbonate, preferably food grade. Some cupcake cases. These can be paper or silicone. Some water. If you have a spray bottle, this would be great but isn't essential. A bowl for mixing. You may wish to add an essential oil to make your bath bomb smell nice. You can add colour to your bath bomb by using mica powder. Make sure it's suitable for use on skin. Hi everyone, and welcome to another Science with Mrs Scullion video. I have got my very glamorous assistant Isla with me.
Hi.
And today we're going to show you how to make
Bath bombs.
So for making bath bombs you're going to need
Sodium bicarbonate.
So I've got some sodium bicarbonate powder form here.
Citric acid.
And we've got some citric acid granules.
Mica powder.
So we've got some mica powder to add some colour to our bath bombs.
Some essential oil.
We've got nice smelling tea tree essential oil today.
Some water.
We need some water. Now if you've got a squishy bottle of it, that's great, but you don't need to. You could just have a little bowl and it's just about adding a little drop.
Some cupcake cases.
So you can either use some silicone ones like we've got here today, or if you just have paper ones in the house, those will work just as well.
And a bowl to mix.
And a bowl. And we're going to use a see-through bowl just so that you can see what our mixture looks like when we are doing it. Okay, so we're going to make our bath bombs, but before we get started I would just like to talk about a couple of things. When you are getting sodium bicarbonate and the citric acid, my recommendation is that you get food grade quality. That way, if you ingest it by having it on your hands and getting it in your mouth, then it's safe for consumption, so you'll be okay. The mica powder, if you are buying mica powder, again, make sure you use a mica powder that is safe to be used in bath bombs or any kind of makeup. And if you're using essential oils, just be very careful how much you use because it can make your bath a little bit slippy and slidey. Okay, and I think we'll get started. So our first job is really just to add the sodium bicarbonate and the citric acid. So today we're using about 200 grams of sodium bicarbonate and we're using 200 grams of the citric acid as well. If you use equal amounts, you get quite a steady reaction. If you change the amounts of citric acid and have more citric acid and less sodium bicarbonate, it just changes the speed at which your bath bomb will dissolve in your bath. Now all we have to do is give it a little bit of a mix, and as you'll see, nothing's really happening. If you've watched our foam and lemon juice video, you'll know that sodium bicarbonate and citric acid normally react to cause a reaction. But because both of these substances are in powder form, that reaction is very, very slow and very, very difficult to see. To make the reaction happen a little bit quicker, we have to add the water, and that's why bath bombs fizz when they're added to your bath water. So right now, our reaction's so slow that we can't see it. And at this point, it's a really good idea to squeeze and rub together any clumps of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid that you have. And just to get rid of all of those now. And then we're going to add some of our mica powder. So do you want to grab the mica powder? We're going to add just a few teaspoonfuls to our bath bomb just to give it a little bit of colour. Just, here we go, it's quite a bright pink.
Yeah.
Do you want to give that a little mix, Isla? The best thing is to add a little bit, then you can decide if it's the right kind of colour that you want, and if it's not, you can add a little bit more. So what do you think, Isla? Do you want it a little bit brighter?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll add a little bit more mica powder, just because pink might be my favourite colour.
Yes.
So we'll just add that and give it a mix. And as you can see, it's still not really doing very much. There we go. Okay. So once you've got all your mica powder mixed in, it's time to add an essential oil if you're wanting to add an essential oil. Now you've got two choices here. Just pass me that over. You can add the essential oil directly into your mix, or you could add it to a spray bottle of water. I'm always a firm believer of less is more, especially if you've never used a particular essence before. So we're going to add a few drops. Do you want to do that? So there's normally a little cap in it, so you have to give it a good shake. And what you'll find is once you've added a couple of drops, you might actually start to hear a little bit of a reaction. You might start to hear the sodium bicarbonate and the citric acid fizzing. Right now, it's just looked like a little bit darker in some areas. The next step in making bath bombs has to be done quickly. And this is where you're going to need your cupcake cases. So we're going to get these ready in front of us. And this is a part that we need to do quickly. What we're going to do is we're going to add a few sprays of water. Now, if you've not got a spray bottle, if you've got it in a little bowl, just add in a few drops and sprinkle in the water. You'll start to hear the two chemicals reacting and starting to fizz. At that point, you want to make sure you mix it in really, really quickly. And you'll feel the temperature drop. The powder will start to get cold, and that's because the chemical reaction has started. Once you start to see the chemicals clumping together, you want to put them into your cupcake holders, and you want to pat them down and compress them right down into those cases. So are you ready, Isla?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to add a few sprays.
You can hear it fizzing already.
Yep, so now that's fizzing, we're going to give it a good old mix. So we need to get right in there.
Oh, it's really cold.
And that's the chemical reaction started. So you need to get in and give it a good old mix really, really quickly. Make sure that everything gets a little bit wet. I'm going to add a little bit more water. You don't want to add too much because you don't want all the reaction to happen now. So what we're going to do now, okay, is we're going to pop this into our cupcake holders. Now this can be a little bit messy. I'm not very good at it. Once you've got your mixture in, if you start to pat down onto your cupcake holders and press it all the way down. Now if you've got a little bit of room left, you can top up with some extra mixture. Okay, how's your case holding up there?
I think it needs
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, and we just pat those down, and you'll see now, although we've not mixed our mica powder very well, you can see that our bath bomb is now compacted into the case. Now, we've started the reaction, but we only used a little bit of water. What's going to happen is we're going to leave our cupcake cases overnight. And in that time, the water that we added is going to evaporate, and that reaction is going to stop. So tomorrow, when we look at these, they should be hard, and we should be able to pop them out of our cupcake holders. So we'll see you tomorrow. Here is a close-up view of when we added the water to our citric acid and sodium bicarbonate. As you can see, you don't need too much water, as you don't want the reaction to go far. As soon as you see some of the chemicals starting to react, stop. Remember, when you add the water, mix quickly and add to your cupcake cases. I'd like to remind you that as this product will be in contact with your skin, it would be advisable to test this for irritability prior to using in a bath. On occasion, mica powder can stain your skin, but this is easily removed using soap and water. Hi everyone and welcome back. So we left our bath bombs yesterday overnight to dry and we've come back this afternoon to have a look at them. Now as you can see, they have hardened really well. You can tell because when you tap it, it's hard. Okay, now yesterday when we were making this, we added some water to start the process of the chemical reaction between the sodium bicarbonate and the citric acid. Now we've added a smidgen too much water because you can see that the two powders have reacted and it started to bubble over our cupcake holder here. That's okay, it hasn't gone too far, we didn't add too much water and our bath bomb will still work today. However, last night Isla and myself made an extra little batch and they are here and they're dry as well. And I think if you have a look at the two of them, you can see the difference. This is the one that Isla and I made later and this is the one that we made on camera. And you can see the difference between the two. This one here has gone a little bit further in the reaction, whereas this one has stopped because we didn't add quite as much water. However, we're going to show you today that both of them work just as well. So will we start with one of the ones that you made on camera?
Yeah.
There we go. So all you do is once it's hard and it's solid is you pop it out of the cupcake case. If you've used paper ones, that's fine, just give it a rip. If you've used the silicone plastic ones, just pop it out. You can give that a wash and you can use it again.
Whoa.
And you can see that the reaction was quite instant. As soon as we added the bath bomb to the water, the chemical reaction started between the citric acid and the sodium bicarbonate. Can you smell that, tea tree?
Yeah, and it's really fizzy, it looks like, and I can hear it fizzing.
And it's moving about. So if you'd imagined you'd done this in a bath, it would have fizzed about randomly all over your bath. The colour is quite strong in our bowl today. That's because we've got it in a small bowl with a little bit of water. If you did this in a bath, that colour would be spread out throughout all the water in your bath. But you can see and you can hear that it is still going and still fizzing away. You can give it a little push around and see. One of the great things is that you can change the amounts of bicarbonate of soda and citric acid that you use to change how quickly the bath bomb dissolves in the water. You can have more citric acid and less bicarbonate of soda, and equally the other way around. The best way to do it is just to experiment with different amounts and different ratios of the two chemicals and see which one suits you. Some of the reactions will be slower and some of the reactions will be much quicker. I found a 50-50 makes for a good speed. Will we try adding one that we made last night as well?
Yeah.
I think all that'll happen is you'll see an awful lot more fizzing happening here. The colour shouldn't change too much.
Except it might go a little bit darker. It's going lighter.
So there you go. The reaction's still happening on both our bath bombs that we created. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our video and we hope you have lots of fun making bath bombs too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. Remember, you can stay up to date by following us on our social media channels. We're on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter.